Yeah, I hate that noise too. Hello, welcome back to Beer Tux,
For some
Toronto.
reason, that noise made me think like some alien attack.
Okay, you know what? I can change it. There's a setting. I can change
Oh,
it.
you can
There's a
change it.
setting? Yo, this shit is
There's a
fancy
setting for
now.
this. I can change it.
So, sorry, we're talking about when we press record. There's like a notification noise that it
Noise?
makes. It sounds like the very beginning of like your phone, doing the Ontario alarm system thing.
But the very first
The
note
very
of
first note of it, yeah. The first
Literally, that in that 1 second,
note.
the entire
Yeah.
movie of like Signs or whatever, the alien movie,
Who?
flashed
Signs.
through my brain.
Mm.
That's the one
Anyway,
with like the top hat and the crazy people, right? Anyways, moving on.
we got it. Welcome back, guys. Back at it, talking at you again. Back at it, talking at you again. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little. It's a little tired Sunday for me today. Everybody's very
Why
cozy.
are you so sultry today, John?
Is that the word sultry?
Sultry.
What am I? I mean, I know I've heard about. Hey, you're such a snack, but like, why am I? Why
You
do
a
I start?
whole damn meal.
Okay, well, I'm not sultry. We were at karaoke last night. That's why my throat's a little hoarse.
Ah.
Yeah, and Addie can testify that I was like going pretty ham and cheese.
Yes, he
Very
went
well.
hard on some songs that I don't know why he went so hard on.
You know why? Because I was bored.
Fair. He spiced he remixed ballads into like EDM songs with his vocals.
Anyway, we're already sidetracked. Today, I've welcomed people already. You guys have already heard Stan and Addie, but just to keep the tradition going, Stanley, why don't you say hi first?
Hi first.
And then we have Addie right next after that.
Hello.
We're back on a Sunday. It's getting colder. I hope everybody's staying warm and cozy.
And to clarify, because we're actually when we're recording, we're getting closer to the release dates, so it's not going to be
Correct.
like we're going to say it's cold, and then we release this like in
In the summer.
July, and then they're like, "What do you mean it's cold?" So it's like, no, we're about like 3 weeks kind of difference. So
Behind, yeah.
yeah, so like when we say it's cold, it's actually cold. We are recording.
Are we getting
October.
more professional about this?
I don't know what that means.
It may or may not be because we threw money at it now.
Oh my god.
Don't tell them that.
We have sponsors?
Don't tell them that.
I
Not yet.
know.
No, we don't have sponsors.
No, we don't.
Not
It's our
yet,
own money,
unfortunately.
guys. Please
If you-
support us.
If you, a listener, is a sponsor, perfect. Please hit us up. This is like the 10th episode. This is a nice milestone. We're on the 10th episode. I know that because I was editing recently.
It's my fault. It's actually 11.
It's the 11th episode. Now I usually count first episode as like 0, the season.
Oh right, you always threw me off because of that.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for tuning in again. We will be talking about. Well, according to Addie, it's something that she has not. It's not her idea this time. Surprise.
I'm not as versed in it, I guess, in a way. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I have studied it and I am interested in it, but I don't think as of late I have been as like I haven't dove into it much. And I can't quote people, but we're going to be talking about philosophy. So I don't know names of philosophers and stuff like that. I have heard.
We see our user engagement drop at like whatever like minute mark this is, and people stop listening. Goes on to the next episode.
They're like, great. They're gonna talk about Confucius. This is not my thing.
Yeah,
No, we're not.
Sun Tzu. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Sun Tzu as well, the art of war and all that stuff. But Stan's a great philosophizer. He is a
philosophizer.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think that's how you describe it.
That's how you know how well versed we are. Wait, why are we talking about this anyway, Addie? Like, was there like, what's the context behind? Like, let's talk about philosophy.
I'll explain why this topic came to mind. There was one time that I heard that John, I think you listened to a podcast or something about philosophy, and then he reached out to Stan only to discuss this philosophy. And I felt really left out.
Um,
So I'm like, y'all, this is going to be a podcast topic now because you guys had a philosophy chat
mm,
sesh and
This is
I did not.
this is how we come up with our topics. Like if we know someone else is talking about, it's like I want to talk
I
about
want
that
to be part of
too.
this too.
Exactly.
True.
And you realize like the consistent theme here is like someone's feeling left out.
Season 2 is just people being feeling left out. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like every other episode is us being salty about something.
Speaking of flavors, today's beer of the day is oh my god, it smells like a
Wait, you
bag of
opened it already?
a bag
Let
of
me crack
change.
it open.
It's
I haven't
called
opened it.
Great Lakes Brewery Canuck Pale Ale.
Did you say a bag of change?
Yeah.
Is
Oh
that a
my God.
good smell or a bad smell?
I don't know.
Open your can and find out.
Oh god. Okay, here we go.
Open your can and find out. This is Great Lakes. This was IPA apparently.
I understand the bag of change reference.
Open your can.
If
and
you
find
soaked
out.
your pennies in water overnight.
It smells like passion fruit to me. Why?
What? Well, see, me and Addie are aligned. She knows. She gets it. Anyway, we're not talking shit about Great Lakes Brewery.
I think it smells like passion fruit.
Stan loves your beer already.
Actually, you know what? The smell grows on you.
Wait,
I'm okay with
did
it.
did you try it already?
No,
haven't
I
tried
was
it
I'm still sniffing it.
Actually, Stan, we picked this up on an LCBO last night for me, and then Addie had an entire talk with the sales lady or with the merchandiser
I had it
about
entire
IPA.
time.
Yeah,
She was clearly talking to you, bro.
she was like, "Oh, do you just want to seem complicated because you want to have IPA?" I was like, "What?"
No, we typically don't like IPAs.
Right, and she was like, Great Lakes is an IPA, and a lot of
I
people
mean, okay,
acquired taste. She said.
yeah, like I secretly, not so secretly, stole a sip. It tastes like a bag of change.
Whoa. Okay. How are we gonna get?
We're
Great
never
Lakes
getting
to sponsor
sponsored by
us?
them.
No, but like she says, it's an acquired taste. Like if I feel like if I had like 10 of these over time and I learned to appreciate IPAs, I'd be like, oh yeah, depth of flavor.
Okay. Let's cheers
But like
then.
so for me,
Let's cheers then, so then we can actually have a
a proper sip.
Okay, cheers.
Okay, no, like with a bigger sip is not as bad. It tastes very IPA like. I still think it smells like passion fruit.
It's so right. It's like you
IPA.
yeah, right. Exactly right. Like it's IPA.
It's that after.
It's the exact taste of IPA that you expect to have.
Mhm.
It's so strong, which I mean I guess is the IPA signature, right?
Oh, it's 5.
There's no
Is 5.2% considered strong for beer?
no I mean like strong flavors. Taste, like
okay,
strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lingers in your mouth quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's not heavy to drink though, I will say. It's like I feel like it's
No?
pretty like medium bodied. Like it's not so heavy or dark like a Guinness, because that's like my standard for like dark beers now.
Dark beer,
right?
yeah, like heavy.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like quite as light as what we had last week, which is 3-speed, right?
I mean
I
that's the
think
polar opposite. I think.
Yeah, so I think it lies very well in the middle. It like lingers a lot in your mouth. I was reading the description on the can, which is not helpful.
I was about to say, can you please read it? It's hilarious. Oh my god.
So it goes, it's been said that Canada is the only country in the world that knows how to live without an identity. This beer this beer doesn't help much with that. From the fiercely irresponsible and stereotypical image on the front of the can, which is a lumberjack. Like bearded lumberjack with a mustache and a toque. Yeah. Wearing all like plaids with jeans, like riding on literally riding on a log.
Like
log
obviously
surfing.
what you would think of when you think of a Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian lumberjack. To the distinctly American style beer inside, we've really made a mess of things. What have we done? Sorry.
Oh my god.
What? Oh, I get it. Sorry.
It's so on the nose.
Yeah, very. And then like I'm just like, oh, what am I supposed to taste in this? Oh, Canadian lumberjacks, I guess.
and you're supposed to be confused? I think is what they're trying to say.
You know Well, their ingredients list is literally 5 things.
Oh,
You know,
water,
That's-
malted barley,
Mhm.
wheat, hops, yeast.
beer.
I mean, at least it's like, there's no like sodium
right. No
whatever.
chemicals, right? No chemical
Unreadable scientific
compounds.
name.
No.
Like the things that they like advertise on the supermarket. There's like, oh no, like complicated ingredients that you don't know what it is, but it's really just like sodium, like whatever. It's like salt.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Sodium bicarbonate, you mean? Stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
Damn, the
Yeah,
hops
formulaic.
are already coming up. Like I just had the biggest burp off mic.
Really?
That was
wow.
fast.
It parks in your mouth.
Right?
I haven't had a sip in like this entire time after the first one. It's still like at the side of my tongue.
I was about to say, I feel it too. It's like
Okay.
stuck there.
But more important question is this a calamari beer or
Are
not?
IPAs calamari beers?
No,
I feel like sometimes it's too much,
Mhm.
so it's like it kind of conflicts with the flavor. But I feel like this potentially would be really great with some fried calamari with some like thick batters on the outside and like salsa. I don't know why salsa.
Salsa.
And I think it should be served on one of those like mini cast iron skillets with the wooden board on the bottom.
Very specific,
right?
That affects the flavor.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then
because you know how you said this tastes like a bag of there's logic to this. Listen to this, bro. You know how you say this smells and kind of tastes like a bag of coins? Because
I didn't say bag of change, okay? That change could be anything. It could be change in personality.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
I know you like that segue to the philosophizing. Sorry.
but you know how they say if you cook with a cast iron, you like iron gets into your food and your food becomes iron enriched. So on the theme of bag of
Is that real?
No.
yeah,
that's
well
not.
that is yeah.
Wait, who said this?
Who said
You
that?
guys can look it up. So people say if you cook with cast iron
Classic.
skillet.
You're a lawyer, Addie.
No, I'm serious. Okay, I'll look it up in a second to specifically find you a source. But that's why people encourage cooking with cast iron skillets, because it can.
That is not a thing.
Anyways, point
That
is
cannot be a
that
thing.
if you serve the calamari on a cast iron skillet, it's gonna be iron enriched. The whole metals.
Just eat spinach.
There's a theme here. That's what.
Also, when they serve calamari on those iron skillets, it's not that they cooked it in it. It's just it's just placed there. It's like a plate.
They don't cook it in the actual
No,
skillet that they serve.
silly butt.
What do you mean? Isn't the whole thing? Isn't that the whole idea?
No, it's like garnish. It's like trying to be rustic. It's like an aesthetic thing.
Wait, have I been lied to this whole time?
No, you just assumed this entire time that they cook that. Like especially think about like those like the raviolis and like the pasta dishes. It's usually like Alfredos that are like in the tiny cast irons. No.
Okay, I looked it up. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready to accept the fact that I'm not giving you bro science? From the Columbia University of New York, the answer is yes. Cooking in cast iron skillet can add significant amounts of iron to your food.
Stop.
Yeah, I know, guys. I know shit.
I don't believe it.
Oh, that's that from Colombia.
Okay.
Hold on, that's what
You know what they have in Colombia? Cocaine. That's what they have in Colombia.
No, not that.
Oh,
Colombia,
not that one.
no.
Oh, no, not that one.
Oh, hold on. Wait a
Not,
minute.
not that one. Not those cartels. No.
I can give you another one. I can
What?
give you another one. From the U.S. National Library of Medicine, there is an empirical study. Oh, God damn, I can't speak. That says they can find significant improvement in the amount of iron in food was observed when food was cooked on iron pots and skillets.
Okay, what about assumptions though? Are they just cooking like high iron, like food with high iron content? Like if they're cooking spinach, then yes.
Well, no. Like they measured the amount of increase, like the improvement of the amount of iron in the food. Yeah, guys.
This is a real thing.
Yeah.
I always thought people cooked in iron, whatever. It's because like of like the even like heating or
I
whatever.
mean that too
It's
as well.
that too,
yeah.
that too.
It's a very
right?
good
And
cooking.
then people want it to be like cool and like but like I can't cook in one because like I'm afraid of heat.
No, they have. There's also a lot of maintenance in terms of cast iron
Yes.
stuff,
Yeah.
like
And if
seasoning
you
it.
what was it? If you
Wow.
don't season it properly, it actually has like bad effects.
It's dangerous for your health. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. No, because like it collects
Wow.
dust. Sorry, rust rather. Like
Exactly.
it rusts really fast.
Yeah.
So
So, see,
if you don't
guys, that
season it
wasn't
properly.
bro science. I was like saying something that's real.
All right. Anyway, speaking of change, I guess we
Speaking of
should.
change to our
I
main
should.
topic
I
now.
should. Huh?
Yo, we dropping
Double
knowledge today.
entendre. Truth. So, or Stan would say truly. But today we'll be talking about philosophizing, right, Annie?
Yes, correct.
Did you want to? All right, I'll let you segue to it.
Yeah, so, since this topic came to be because I felt left out of your conversation, why don't you tell us what was the philosophy that you guys talked about? Like, what was that conversation about, huh?
I
Honestly,
love this.
it's a little hazy for me, Stan. So you can take the wheel.
I love the segue. Is okay, Addie, your turn. Okay, John, back to you. Okay. I think the conversation was like I don't know. It was like it was surrounding. Addie was right. So John, I think, listened to some podcasts, and then he hit me up on like a random like work day, and then he asked me like, "Hey man, like, can I ask you about something?" And I'm like, "All right, sure." And then he's kind of like dropped this thing on me. He's like, "Hey, can you listen to this podcast and tell me what you think?" I honestly I don't remember the topic of the podcast anymore, but I remember listening to it. It was like a 30-minute. Was it a lecture? Anyway, it was just it was a lecture, right? So this guy was kind of like talking about like points of philosophy, and then I'd given it a lot of thought, and then like I think John and I would just like delve into this, I don't know, like conversation that spanned 6 hours. It wasn't like a very like like we were engaged for the entire 6 hours, but it was like a pretty nice back and forth of WhatsApp. Oh my god. Messages over like a 6 hour time span. It's like, oh yeah, what did you think about this? Why did you think that? And then what was the basis for you thinking this? And it was just a lot of back and forth. And I think like we both thought at the end of that 6 hour like back and forth was like, hey, like it's interesting to be able to think this way, because I think philosophy for most people it's always so like, and for me for a long time too, it was too like theoretical that you can't really get a grasp of, right? And then but like if you kind of like get to thinking about it, for me at least, it's super interesting to be like, wow, what a potential perspective that if XYZ could have been proven, how the world could be changed,
right?
And I think philosophy is about talking about things or thinking about things that can't be proven.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, it's hard to practice.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to put it into actual practice. And there are sorry, I was just digging through our chat to see if I can find
our 6 hour WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Just recap real quick.
Yeah, just to kind of refresh my memory on it. And it's funny because you're right. It's such a out of the blue thing that it would sound like I was going through some kind of crisis when I messaged Stan, which I'm not.
Yeah.
That's just me on the regular. I'm just going through a crisis.
You mean you were at the moment?
Yeah, exactly. So when that came to be, and it's true, because then like I don't know. There's a lot of people that I wanted to talk to, but like I knew everybody was busy. I swear it was like a 2 p.m. kind of like right after lunch.
It was in like a middle of a work day.
Yeah, middle of a work.
Oh, is John okay?
Yeah, right. And it would make you really question that stuff. But yeah, and I was thinking about like, and I would throw it at Addie too. But if I get her into it, it'll completely like sidetrack her from her date. Not that I don't care for you,
From my
Stan.
nap. 2 p.m. nap.
Not that I care for you, Stan, to not be distracted, but yeah, and the premise of it has a lot to do with like acceptance, I want to say, and like in life, I think. And I still haven't found the history in the chat, by the way. So when we were talking about it, and I guess right now we're kind of speaking more in broader strokes of like philosophy and stuff, which Addie can get into.
Yeah, and like before we dive too deep into it, because like
Right.
I have a couple of point of like maybe discussion or like things I want to share with you guys. But before I start with that, Addie, can I maybe ask, because
Mhm.
you said that you're like not very into philosophy, or like
Mhm.
you haven't really dabbled. Like, what do you know about it? Like, why did you want to be a part of this conversation? Like, do you find it interesting? Do you find it
Mhm.
like, what are you guys talking about? I want to be a
Yeah.
part of that.
I have always been someone who has been interested in intellectual exercises. And
Mm.
but like I obviously did not study anything related to sciences. I like the practice of like theorizing and conceptualizing things, and very in line with my occupation. I like to see all sides of a coin. I like to see both sides and see kind of like different perspectives, and I feel like philosophy kind of brings that. So I've always been interested in philosophy. Now, am I that person where like someone will say something and be like, "Well, in the philosophy of life, you should do this"? No, absolutely not. Like I said, I don't think I can really name any philosophers, at least no modern age
Mm-mm.
philosophers. So
Mm-hmm.
do I like actually delve into it? Do I like read books? Do I read philosophy? Not necessarily. But when these topics come up, I find it very interesting, and I like those kinds of conversations, which is why like when John was like, "Oh, I had this 6-hour conversation with Stan," I was like,
It wasn't 6 hours.
"Wait,
It
what
was
do
Okay,
in the
okay.
you
span
mean?" I'm
of
like, "Wait, you can't
okay.
have conversations with me about philosophy?" And I was also like, "Hold on, you went straight to Stan." I'm like, "Why couldn't you talk about me? I can talk about philosophy," and I was like kind of pouty about it. So that's kind of why I was like,
Um.
why I'm interjecting myself into this conversation.
So like I think you were more like curious than you were like, I have to be a part of this, right? Like you wanted to
Oh,
be
Mhm.
like, what are you guys talking about? That's so
that's just
interesting.
Addy on brand.
Yeah, like I mean, I think philosophy is interesting, and I guess part of me was also kind of like, I wonder what John's going through that he has to like, he's looking at like philosophy, like is he having an existential
Uh,
crisis? Like what is this? So part of it was like, yes, include me, I'm salty, but part of it was also like mild concern for what's happening.
uh,
And then
I
I
yes,
like it.
see.
I like it when my like perspective and like my moral compass and like my ethics and everything that makes me about me like history and all that. Well, I'm really
It's
getting into it now.
challenged.
Yeah, exactly. This challenge, right? Like I don't like sitting on my fence and I'm like, oh, I've made my mind out of like, oh, I don't like the color purple. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if there I would be interested in listening to somebody discuss why I should like color purple, not to try to convince me, but like the history of it, or like obviously I'm really making it really simple with like the black and white stuff. But yeah, the philosopher that I was really infatuated with was a guy named Alan Watts, and he's not like Confucius level old uh philosopher. He's not like those Renaissance time philosophers. He's
mhm,
actually pretty more
mhm.
modern, where it was like 19. Actually, I could just look it
Wait,
up,
is
but
he
it's in the
alive?
1900s for sure. No,
Oh,
no,
he's
no, he's
also dead.
passed.
Okay.
He's passed. Yeah, he's passed. But not like, but again, not like don't, because usually when you say like philosophers, or like you think of like white hair, kind of like, not that he doesn't have white hair, he also has white hair. Um, and he was just talking about a lot of things that really resonated with me, not to kind of support an echo chamber in my head, but really like change my perspective in a lot of things. And I found the chat, by the way. I found the history.
Uh, what were you
And
talking about, John?
he was talking about finding the things that you love.
Oh yeah, we were talking about love and like not like
Mm,
what defines love and what defines interest and things like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And I spoke to you about, like, I quoted him when he said up something like, loving yourself is much like chasing a dog chasing its tail. Like, because when you try to when you love something, you don't, there's also, I don't know, it feels like it's a cliche at this point, but maybe it's not. You guys have heard it maybe. Like when you love a flower, you don't pluck it out of the ground and put it
mhm.
in a vase,
Mm,
right? Like you let it grow and you nurture
Yeah,
it, right? And if it passes, then you're like, oh, I'm grateful that it,
yeah.
that it kind of
Yeah.
bloomed. And all the process of taking care of said plant was the, actually maybe it's more on the nose for you, Stan. It's um is like it's not about like I mean yeah they grow like luscious and like long
Mhm.
and healthy and all that stuff and no pests and all those things, but like their existence in itself is love enough, you know, not to be like oh no you have to live forever
Yeah.
kind of deal,
Yeah.
right?
And I think like this actually brings me to my actual point that I wanted to bring out, which is like I think philosophy is so interesting because it really depends on the perspective of who is saying what about what, right? So I think what John presented just now is like certainly one school of thought, right? And then
Precisely, yeah.
the other school of thoughts could be like, oh, if you really truly love something, you must like gain possession of it, or
Mm,
like you must protect it from interference, which includes things like, again, like being a little bit more theoretical, right? Be like
mm,
protect it from observation because it might impact the way it like flourish and like things like that. So if you truly
mhm.
love something, you should like build an ecosystem around it and then leave it alone, right?
Right.
Versus like all of that. So and I think philosophy is just like it's so vast and expansionatory. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's a word, right? But
Expansive.
yeah, expansive.
Yeah,
That I think it's very easy to kind of get lost in the
for
world
sure,
of philosophy, right? It's like,
for
oh,
sure.
like if you go down one school of thought, even just in like one, I don't want to say use case, but
Yeah.
but like in one instance of like an example, you could certainly go down that path for like hours and even days, and then do the same thing on the exact opposite end, right? And then
Hmm.
so I think all of these things like do challenge one's like you know things like moral compass, beliefs,
Sure.
values, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that like maybe leads to my first question is, or like first thing I wanted to share with you,
Mm.
which is I don't know if you guys have had a lot of like interactions or like readings about philosophy. Like I took and like I'm saying this like I have, no, I really haven't, right?
Right,
Like
right, right, right.
I took like one philosophy class in high school and like philosophy 101 in university.
Mm.
Like I learned the basics, right? Like I'm no master at it, but
Right.
I always found it interesting. And then I don't know if you guys have seen the show called The Good Place,
Yes,
but
love
that
it.
I heard
Yes.
about it.
Oh,
I've
it's
never
so
seen it.
yes,
good.
that truly is like a philosophy, like not masterclass, but like I think it presents a lot of ideas of philosophy to you
Mm.
in a
Mm.
very interesting and engaging way, right?
Very.
Right.
And if you haven't seen it, the synopsis is that this woman wakes up one day in the afterworld, and then she finds out that the entire afterworld in fact exists, based on a system, right? Like if you get into the good place or the bad place based on this like scoring system. And it's
Mm.
about her going through these like I don't want to say trials and tribulations, but like going through her experiences in her afterlife, and then being presented with different scenarios of different schools of thoughts in philosophy, right?
Mm.
And you're not really like very like you're not being spoon fed very very explicitly like here's philosophy, consume it, right? But then as the scenarios happen, they kind of interject and be like, well, like in a like Kantian way, like this is very utilitarian, and you're like, oh, that's actually very on the nose, you know.
Mm.
And so I thought that was such a good show to kind of like kind of introduce me back into this world of like philosophy and thinking. And like, and because of that, actually I picked up a couple of new books that I'm kind of like just perusing about like philosophy, about like different schools of thoughts, about like different theories, right?
Mm.
And yeah, so I was just wondering, like, if Adi, you said you've seen it. You've seen, I think there's like 4 seasons. Have you seen all of
Yeah,
it?
I watched everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. And then John, you said you've heard of it?
I did. I've heard of like the plot twist and stuff. It was
Oh
one of
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
like
Oh, the plot twist was really good. Like I
yeah.
watched it not knowing anything going into it,
Right,
and when
right,
the plot
right.
twist happened, I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think we should have a disclaimer first that I mean we kind of did touch on it that we're not really philosophizers.
Yeah.
So and
Not
the
at all.
amount
Not even close.
and the amount and it's not like we go about our daily lives trying to challenge our stance in life all the time, right?
Yeah.
It's like this was just it just happened to be a happy accident kind of deal. And like you don't even need to know I mean, even religion itself has a lot of philosophy in it, right? So, like, you don't have to be, oh, I can't relate to any of this stuff,
No,
right?
everybody can be philosophers. Like as long as you kind
Philosophizers,
of
yeah.
yeah, philosophizers. I think as long as you kind of like think about things that may not necessarily have like a very easy answer or like a
Right.
very straightforward answer, and then
Mhm.
like you have to think about it, right? You have to think about like, okay, what are the potentials, what are the implications, like
Mhm.
what, like if you think about something bigger than yourself, I think you're like a philosophizer.
Yeah.
Right, right. And I think that's more for you ads
Mhm.
that we're like, like, and the thing is too, like, I want to say we're all pretty educated people that, like, we don't we're pretty malleable with our opinions that we have. I mean, we have this godforsaken beer talks that we talk to, and there's many a times where we disagreed.
God forsaken.
We we have disagreed and we had differing opinions and stuff like that, right? And, like, you know, we're not trying to change people's minds and stuff. And again, like, that's just, the house rules of this what Stan calls a pod.
What?
Is that
that's
canon now? Oh
that's
my
yeah, that's
god.
kind of now. That's the house rules of it, right? And we just want to show our perspective, and philosophy is kind of the
Mhm.
a good vehicle for that, and just to have, also, when you think about these things
Mhm.
and try to have like meaningful conversations with like whoever, right? And somebody who will entertain that conversation. Like, to me, that shit is so, like, special. Like, I gush about it. You guys know, I mean, we all are, us three especially, are like talkers. So,
Yes.
but I don't know
What?
about
I
you.
couldn't tell.
I don't know about you guys, but, like, to me, this is what my friends think. Oh, outside of you guys, that are like, oh, John would much rather have meaningful conversations than hot, nightly, passionate, you know, uh,
Wow.
Finish
like,
the sentence, John.
uh,
Hot, nightly,
um,
passionate. What?
copulation.
Yoga sessions.
You know,
Oh.
like,
Okay.
like, no, I'll get there. I'll say it, and, like, and it's true. Honestly, I would. Like, to me, it's such a more intimate thing when, like, I can see you really getting into the cogs of the machine that you call your brain, and, like, really start questioning things. And I don't know if you guys have ever felt that way about just having
Mhm.
conversations in general.
I think so.
Yeah, I
I
think
tend
so.
to like to kind of like, so like it's definitely a double-edged sword, right? Like, because I
Mm.
am of the sort of humans that like think maybe too much. As the people around me tend to tell me all the time, it's like, Stan, stop. Like nobody thinks like that, right? Like you're thinking
Mm.
way too much about this. You need to chill. But when I think when people tend to think a lot, it's easier to have conversations with them because they're
Right,
like not so rigid in their way of thinking, right?
right,
Like I
right,
think
right.
they're like much more open to like a world of possibilities, and then if you're able to present like new evidence to them or new information to them, they're much more willing to be like malleable
Mhm.
to like a value that they thought they had, but they're like, oh yeah, like I can get on board with that and change how they see the world. And I think that's very liberating versus and certainly I think being gay and being kind of like how I grew up, I've certainly had my share of people who are very stuck in their ways, and they're like,
Mhm.
no, this is how it is, and
Right, right,
no matter what kind of evidence you bring forward, like there's no changing mind, right? And that tends to be like kind of a like if you're really passionate about this topic, it's unfortunate because then you're like screaming at a wall and then nothing's coming back. And
Mhm, mhm.
I've certainly been through the frustrations of that, so i i can I can understand, and I think empathize with the like the elation of where you
Mhm.
can when you can kind of have that conversation and be like, wow, like we fundamentally disagree, but this is a good conversation.
It's a connection in a disconnect, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
It's so sick. Anyway, Adi, you look like you wanted to add something.
Yeah, I feel like I echo that, and I would even take it further in the sense that, like, sometimes um, maybe this is why I don't dive too deeply into philosophy, is I also think a lot, and I also get told sometimes that I do overthink as well. And sometimes I literally will have conversations with, like, Eric, for example, and I'll tell him, like, some kind of thing that I'm kind of stuck on, this like academic thought of like, I see both sides of this situation. And it's just an academic exercise in the sense that like I can see both sides of the situation. I understand where both sides are coming from, but I can't think of a solution. And it almost hurts me of how frustrating it could be. And sometimes like whoever I'm having this conversation with, sometimes they're like, yeah, but that's just like the philosophy of things. Like, don't hurt your brain over it. But then I thought that's part of the fun of kind of thinking about these things. Is kind of like, I do want to challenge myself. And like, I think that's why I'm interested in philosophical topics, is because I like the challenge. I like the challenge of thinking about something that might not be tangible, and you just need to think about the knowledge and the existence of something as an exercise, as a mental exercise, rather than like, this science of things, or math problem of things. Like, it's not, in philosophy is not something to be solved, right?
Correct.
It's a thought
There's
process.
no right answer, right?
Exactly. There's no right answer. So like sometimes it's interesting and fun to do that. But because there's no right answer, sometimes you could be so frustrated because like, I understand the philosophy of it, but why is it like this? And there's no answer to it. And then that sometimes I get stuck in that frustration. So I kind of stop myself from going too deep into it, but I do enjoy the exercise of philosophy.
I wanted to go back to when Stan mentioned like, oh, Stan, nobody thinks like that. You think too much, which I think is fucked up. Because, like, no, you know why? Because like, it's one of those, like, for me, for the most part, when people say that, it's not that they're telling you that nobody thinks about that stuff. It's not that they don't want to listen. You know what I mean? Like, tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case, right?
No, but that's fine too. Like, I'm okay with that too, right? Like, you're right that I'm overthinking it, and there's a lot of things that I'm putting together and trying to piece together. And the time that you try to be vocal about it, and it's not the right place nor the right time, or this person isn't just the type to have that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Correct,
That's fine too. Like, I get that, right? But for us overthinkers, it's like, okay, so then who the fuck do I talk to? Right?
Well, like us, this is literally, this is why we have this stupid podcast and we talk to each other about the things we overthink.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna echo that. And I also think like, it's so frustrating and upsetting when someone says something like that. It's like, oh, no one thinks like that. And I'm like, I cannot believe that of these 7 billion people on this earth, that there's not a single person that thinks like me. Like, the probability itself will dictate that at least one person on this planet probably thought what I thought. So for someone to dismiss it, to be like, oh, no one thinks like that, it's like, oh, well, actually, probably someone does.
That's what I mean.
So like I think when I hear that, like, nobody thinks like that, or like you think too much, I think is more so kind of like a comforting like, hey, like, you don't have to hurt yourself. Like,
it's out of concern.
Like
it's out of concern.
Yeah. Like, it's out of concern, not out of like malice. But like, I've also heard, out like via like coworkers, like, hey man, like, that's like a little too much. Maybe you need to calm down. This is why I hate it when people tell me to calm down. I'm like,
no,
what do you mean?
That's the worst advice to anybody, by the way.
The truth, like, actually, I almost said it.
You almost did. Yeah, you said the first
but
word.
I stopped myself. No, but like, when my coworkers tell me to calm down and like not think so much, I take a little offense. Like, I've had managers that tell me like, you think too much, and I'm like, you pay me to think too much. And you want me to stop doing my job?
Oh my god, I know.
That's what I mean, though. And like, I don't know. There's this societal pressure to just keep it to yourself and like not be open to discussing, like, oh no, but like, let's really get into it, let's take the gloves off, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, so what I find, and maybe this is like shifting into another gear of like philosophy, which is like, I think it's hard to other people who thinks a lot to talk about philosophy, because like I said earlier, I think the people that I like to talk to is those with malleable minds, right? Like, not like pushovers, like, oh, whatever I say, they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, right? But like, they formulate their opinions and they formulate their values, but then they're like accepting of like new information or like just a different perspective that's not theirs, right? Correct. And I feel like a lot of people who think a lot or like whatever, they have like this idea of one thing and that's it. And so I'm always so afraid to kind of like say certain things or like, you know, be like, oh, like this is what's going on in my head,
Mhm.
because, you know, people will be like, that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not how it is.
Right.
Right.
And I hate
it's like,
that. And I hate that.
yeah.
Yeah, same. Do either of you have people that you specifically go to when you want to talk about philosophy? Like I know John, you go to Stan, but like, you know, is there anyone
Okay.
else?
All right, this does like those type of
That was
conversations don't
such-
happen often. Okay,
Fact.
Like,
Correct.
I'm not letting this go,
throw out
guys.
there.
That was I had to scroll all the way to January for me to find a conversation.
Guys,
with
I'm not
Stan, by the
salty
way.
about this.
Yeah, it's October now, almost November.
Almost October, November. Do I have people to go to? Not exactly. So I like to read about philosophy, and then wait, so like I can it's like we're like 18 plus podcast, right? Like
I mean,
it's okay.
we've been swearing, so yeah.
Yes, correct.
Oh, and also we've been drinking, so it's fine. So
Yeah.
like I also like to get a little bit high and then just like soak in a bathtub and just like think.
Right.
Just sometimes like I think about like, you know, like existence. I think about like, for example, some of the things I've thought about in my bathtub is like, is our fate predetermined, right? And then like I've literally just like soaked in my bathtub for like, I don't know, 45 minutes thinking about this. And like I got to I my god, I am marinated, I am pickled, right? And then like I came to a conclusion which I think makes a lot of sense for me in my current state of life, right? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can like live with this. But yeah, no, these are like the things I think about. And then when I think about them, do I necessarily talk to people about them? I think when the opportunities arise, like, so for example, if it happens to be applicable to like what John asked me, maybe I'll share some of that, but I don't actively seek out people to talk to about that.
Which is the thing that I was gonna say is an issue in this fucking society. This is why, like, I mean, to answer Addie's questions, like, you guys would be the ones that I would discuss, like, out of the friend group that we have in our circle. They know that, oh, John's the one who's gonna talk about, you know, this shit, you know. And so, but they're respectful enough to be like, oh, John, they would never say like, oh, nobody thinks like that, right? Just to kind of shut me up, right? Although, truthfully, obviously, sometimes they just don't want to like, hear it, I guess. So they just kind of they make a past comment of like, oh, like, you know, oh, here he goes again, you know, or like a snarky, like, it's not about you kind of situation. Not everything's about you situation. And you know, they would say it jokingly, right? But then,
right,
like, it really sticks to you as a person. Like, for me, I
Right.
can't speak for you guys, but for me, like, when shit like that is being said to me constantly, and like I'm constantly being berated about trying to be curious and open to like, hey, no, let's have a conversation. This is what happens, Stan, where everybody then is like, okay, then it's not the right thing to be. You know?
Yeah, but I think like when it comes to things like philosophy, there's no like Addie said, there's no right or wrong, right?
I mean,
And
I'm not
think
just speaking in philosophy now at this in this terms, right? Like, I'm just
But I think
speaking in terms of general conversations.
Yeah, and I think like being curious is like nothing wrong. Perhaps like, you know, philosophy is not the best thing to bring up in the middle of a karaoke session per se.
Obviously.
And I'm not saying that you would be the people
Obviously.
to do that, but like, you know, like but I do think that when it comes to kind of deep thoughts, there are very select people that you can go to, and like, you know, not saying that like we will be the people to go to for everybody, but, you know, I think the reason why we came together and wanted to do this podcast is because like through conversation we have, you know, identified each other as people of like reasonable sounding, like people to bounce these conversations off of, right? Because we happen to vibe similarly, right? But, you know, when, for example, if someone else joins the circle and, you know, share their opinion in like a very different way, we might not be as receptive of that right away, right? We have to be consciously like, you know, exerting effort to be like, okay, I have to be accepting, I have to be like very technical about this. But I think at least for us, between the three of us, I think we can speak freely on these topics without having to exert too much effort, which makes it easy. Right? Which makes it easy to have these type of conversations.
And that's why we have this group of friends. Anyway, Addie, what about you? Do you have a certain group of people?
I think I feel the same as you guys. Like everything you said, I totally agree. And I just think like there are some people that I specifically go like you said, this of the three of us, I can definitely have conversation about philosophy and about most topics actually. And there are some people that I can't have these conversations with, not because they're not like, they're not intellectually there or they're not academically curious, but I think there are some people that are more willing to have these conversations. Some people,
Correct.
and even if they're the smartest people on earth, they just don't like having conversation about philosophy, which is absolutely fine as well. And then there are some people that I won't go to for these types of conversations because I don't think there's going to be a meaningful conversation. Like if for example, I invite them into this conversation, they will exert their philosophy over the conversation rather than having an open conversation.
Their objective isn't to make conversation. Their objective is to change your beliefs.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. So then it's not. I mean, in a more basic term, it's not fun for me to have those conversations.
It's not fun for anybody. I mean, aside
Right?
from them, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. Like when we talk about most topics, especially philosophy, it's because I want to have different points of views. It's not because I want to hear what your philosophy specifically is.
Yes. Also, I want to say, like, when it comes to philosophy, it doesn't have to be like existential, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, like, do we exist, right? Like, are you real? It doesn't have to be. It can be, certainly. Go at it, right? But then sometimes it could just be like, what defines friendship? Like every topic we've ever had on beer talks, like, right?
Yeah, you mean
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like it could be just like as everyday as like, what is a friend? What is a good friend, right? Or like, what is happiness, or like what defines a marriage, right?
You're telling me it doesn't have to be like, what is the meaning of life all the time?
No, John. Nobody thinks like that.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Okay,
No, but,
bro.
like, I think-
and now I'm
no,
back
but
in my
I'm like,
closet.
I think it's just more like, like it like we're like when we talk about philosophy, I think the general consensus of philosophy is so like it's just so deep, right? Like people don't want to thinking about it, and like it's this whole thing. But like, again, if you're able to kind of like think beyond your own perspective, I think you're philosophizing, which I think is great.
I think so too. I think honestly, I know that we premised this entire episode about philosophy, and I feel like we've said philosophy about like 800 times now. But also, like, this I think is more akin to, or even like relatable to, like, just conversations in general, just having healthy conversations with people.
Yeah, non-toxic conversations. Yeah,
non-toxic, and just be open-minded, and that, like, we can sum it up to be like, yeah, just be open to being challenged in your opinions. Not, and you know what's funny too, when I don't know, have you ever met people who are like best friends, quote unquote, and every time one person will say something, they will try to one up the other. It would be like,
yeah, like us.
Yes.
no,
You,
we never.
you and me, John, we're best friends.
Nope. Okay.
We one up each other.
See, we've already you've already broken the illusion. so like, but you know what I mean? Like, they're so antagonistic to each other, and that's the dynamic of the relationship.
Yeah.
And they just like to argue, like,
Yeah, all straight men.
Okay, whoa, that you just put me on a bucket, and I'm not.
Tell me that's not how straight male relationships work.
It's not my kind of relationship. Are you telling me I'm not straight?
You and your best friend do not try to one up each other all the time in conversation?
Not well. Firstly, you know how I don't believe in best friends. Secondly, no, I don't do that.
Well, we're best friends, and you try to one up me every time in our conversations, and I try to one up you in all of our conversations too. So
okay,
I don't know.
For the record, beer talks, we don't actually
I
like
think,
Stan's being facetious.
I think as a non-straight male, I will say I don't
yes,
think
that's very you.
Thank you. As a non-straight male, I think, John, you might do this unconsciously, and I don't think you do it. It's not as strong as you think it is. Like, you're not literally trying to big dick all your friends, but there's a little bit of like But like, I didn't do that. It's like, the kind of vibe. So it's not as
I didn't
like,
do that. What did I
competitive.
do?
Like, it's not as competitive as you're probably hearing. So like, there is a little bit of that going on.
Okay, it's okay. We'll go back to your question, John. Do I know people like that? Yes, absolutely, certainly. Like, people try to one up each other all the time, and this is how they've been their whole life, and they're cool with it. Both parties are cool with it. And I'm like, you guys have a weird relationship,
right? And that's fine, right? They can work, and if that's their dynamic and that's their conversation, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know if you guys are joking or not. If I've ever come off as like somebody who's trying to one up somebody, I don't think I've ever done it. I'm fairly open.
No, like, we do it to each other as like for fun.
I don't like in like a serious, because I don't think I've done it in like in a serious setting.
No, never in a serious like,
No,
well,
no,
fuck
no.
you, Stan, I'm better. No, never like that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like in a haha, can you do better? And I'm like,
okay. Well, yeah. If you like challenge
Right.
me, if you're challenging me, then yeah, that's a different.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
That's a different thing. Sorry. Okay. Well, what I meant is like,
Like in a serious manner.
yeah, like contrarians, right?
Oh,
Like people
okay.
are trying to be like contradictory for the sake of being contradictory. I do that here in this podcast to play devil's advocate, right?
No, but even in real life, you will play devil's advocate. But I think the difference is you will say, just to be devil's advocate, blah 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 blah. blah.
Correct. And most of the
Exactly.
time, I'm on your side, and I want to play the
Right.
devil's advocate so we can shed light on the other side, so it doesn't become a goddamn echo chamber of just like,
Right.
reinforcing the confirmation bias, right?
Right. And sometimes we need that to also round out our views and opinions too, right?
Totally correct. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do to have like a meaningful kind of like solid and like mindful conversation. And
Yeah.
doesn't again, it's nice too that like conversation evolves to be that way. And
True.
dude, is that even like, actually though, like, candidly, is that even something that I mean, for real, FR
Wow.
for real, like when I go on dates, and I've never had a conversation like that. Rather, it's very rare. In fact, like, it's like 1 out of 10 that I've
Really?
yeah.
Okay, 1 out of 10 I think is already incredible, because I don't think things like this is like very common for like date topics, right?
I mean,
Especially if you're
not
like,
just
you know,
philosophy
the
in
first,
general,
like,
but I mean, like,
yeah, but I feel like in the first 5 dates, right, you like try to get to know each other, and then if I went on like a first, even like a 5th date with someone, and then they're like, hey, have you heard of, what's your guy's name? What's your boy's name?
Alan Watts.
Yeah, have you heard of Alan Watts about loving yourself? I'd be like, no. Right, like, not
Right.
to say that I don't want to engage in this conversation, but I'd be like, wow, this is like super heavy for a date.
Okay, well, firstly, do you think I come off as like, hey, have you heard of Alan Watts?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No,
I don't want you to go into a date, John, be like, yo, this girl's great. Yo, have you heard about Alan Watts? And this girl's like, what?
It sounds like, by the way, this guy's not my preacher. I haven't listened to him. But I did buy like 2 of his books and stuff, and I read all of it and stuff like
Wait,
that.
okay. Do you have like a favorite thing that he's like talked about ever that you think about a lot in your head?
Yes. The very
Yeah,
first
what is
thing,
it?
actually, you can find it on Spotify. Sorry,
Tell us.
I know we're coming to the tail end of things. But the way that I found it, you know how you listen to lo-fi music? It's a very
Yeah.
millennial thing, right? And you know how in lo-fi music,
Sorry to be millennial.
there's always a guy, or it would be like a movie scene, right? Like a quote. You know what I mean? Like it would just play.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Life finds a way. Dun.
Right, whatever, right? It's like, or it would be like between a film noir, it would be like, I'm never gonna love you, but I do love you, you know, and it just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
slow jump. Anyway, Alan Watts, I think it's his like great grandkid that like became a DJ, I think, or like a producer or whatever, and he made lo-fi music and he put his lectures into.
No
Yeah,
way.
that's how I found it.
Wow.
That's how I found it. Yeah. And
Wait, so what was the favorite thing that he's like?
right.
You've ever
So
heard him
then
say?
with that in mind, so when I was listening to it, he talked about dreams, right?
Okay,
And
tell me.
and if everybody in the world had the ability to dream of anything and make it come true, obviously you will dream of infinite levels of dreams, and all of
Yes.
them, and you will begin with everything that will make you happy, right? And everything that will make you feel satisfied and complete and whole, all the ecstasies, right? All the highs in life, right? You'll make all of that come true, right? But after the infinite number of that you've thought about, there will come a point where you will end up thinking about your situation where you are right now, where you're just talking to two friends on a podcast.
Is this a dream?
Well, I'm just saying, like in this example, I'm making it specifically to us. You will come up with this dream that you're just sitting on a Sunday, drinking some beers, talking to some friends. And since you've experienced all the highs in life already, that like this is like the middle point, you know?
This is
Right? And you've made that into a reality, right?
or if you're listening to this on a Thursday evening while
Or
cooking
whatever.
dinner,
Whatever.
this
Right.
is your dream.
This exactly, right? Can you like
Damn.
this is the reality for somebody who can come up with every single possibility of your reality. That's what got me into it.
Oh,
And he's like,
very
if that isn't
cool.
fucking incredible, then like that grounded me so hard to be grateful with
Mhm.
everything that I have in life.
Yes, because everything around you could be a dream.
Right, exactly, right?
Yeah.
This
Like,
is a
wow.
simulation.
Like an alternate
That is-
universe, right?
That is like the 21st century of like philosophizing.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
everything's a simulation, everything's in your
Mhm.
brain, like nothing's real, right? Anyway, don't think too much about that. Your brain gets broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, on that note, Stan, do you have a philosophy that kind of like stuck with
Yes.
you? Oh, what is yours?
So, it's by this guy called Andy Weir, and the theory is called the egg, and it's like actually very popular. It's been like adopted into like several different types of like sayings and stuff.
Mhm.
But the premise of it, and I do encourage folks to kind of like look it up, is if actually, now that I think about it, saying it out loud will sound crazy. Everybody in the world is you. Everybody who has ever existed and will ever exist is you.
Mhm.
And so if you are nice to somebody, you are nice to yourself in
Correct.
another space-time.
Mhm.
And if you are not nice to yourself, right, you're not nice to yourself in another space-time. And given this premise, how do you think you will experience life? And the entire philosophy of the egg is kind of crazy because it ties together like not just like human to human interaction, but also space-time, right? Like are the things that you, and this is like by extension, right? Like
Mhm.
is everything that we experience, like is this Beer Talks TO podcast inevitable?
Mhm.
Was it bound to happen by fate, right? If so, right, like do we really have the idea of what is free will? And this is like beyond that, right? But like it
Mhm.
made me think of these things. And so I had like, this is my bathtub moment, right? Like, this is what I thought about a lot.
Bathtub moment at the
Yeah,
like shower thoughts kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
thoughts,
We
yeah.
could have been
Okay.
called bathtub TO.
Yeah,
Oh my
truly,
God.
right? But like it was not meant to be. It was meant to be called Beer
Beer
Talks
Talks,
TO,
yeah.
and we had no predetermined will to kind of change that, or we did. We just don't know.
Also, the
right?
setup
So-
would have been a lot more complicated if we were all talking about
Bathtub
bathtubs
TO, can you imagine?
while we're doing a podcast. What about you, Addy? Have you ever thought about it? Did you ever have like somebody that
Like a
resonated with you?
philosophy.
Not, or like a
Yeah.
line that like really
Or
helped
like,
resonate
have you
with
thought about like what it means to be happy, or like
Yeah. I do kind of have something that I kind of live by, which something from Taoism actually, from
Mhm.
Lao Tzu. Basically one of the philosophies, I don't know the exact verbatim
Mm.
like line, but it's basically let the water flow and don't do anything to disrupt it. Some people have told me like, oh, does that mean you're just gonna be lazy and just let life happen? Like, no, that's
Mhm.
not what it means. It means water flows, like it's gonna flow the way it does,
Mhm.
i.e. your life is gonna go the way it does. Don't do anything out of your way to disrupt it, as in like live your life, be who you are, and like do what you're supposed to. And by not doing anything to disrupt it, meaning like, if you're gonna get rich, you're gonna get rich. Don't go rob a bank.
Mhm.
Live your life as it should. Or like, if you're going to live a long life with a wonderful partner, live a long life with a wonderful partner. If she leaves you, it's also fine. Like, it's just the way the water
That's
flows.
how the water
and
flowed
to
for
me,
you, yeah.
exactly,
That's
like,
how the cookie crumbles.
Well,
exactly, like, it's your life is your life, destiny, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, just let it flow and live your life. Do as you will. And to me, that kind of always grounded me, because then I don't have to think about like, oh, do I have to do anything extra? Do I have to go out of my way to do things? It's like, no, not necessarily. Just do what feels right to you and let the water flow. And that has always stuck with me. So that, I guess, that's my philosophy that I live by.
Let the rain fall down.
Hey, copyright.
Oh, copyright.
That was like a nice wrap up, and I can't believe we talked a full hour about this.
I could. We didn't even really get into it, to be honest. We really.
I know.
No, you're right. We could have dived way deeper, but like
We could've.
I really did not think we could talk an hour about this. Anyway,
But that's what
finishing
means
off.
of
Did you
a healthy relationship. Yes, I'm finished.
True.
no, you're right. You're right. This is a sign of a healthy relationship where we can talk about anything for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you have
just
thoughts about
blanked out
philosophy, yeah, I know. Like my brain was like, bro, nope.
I saw you staring.
I don't know if it's a
staring-
conversation about philosophy or if it's the beer, but my brain's mildly fried.
Fried.
You're a lot more red
If
than
you
usual,
have
lads.
a favorite philosopher or like a philosophy theory, right?
Mm.
Let us know. I truly would love to hear about it, and then maybe like look into it, and then fry my brain a little bit more. But I would like to ask you guys: did you guys finish your beer? Because I did not, and I don't think I could. Like
Oh,
not in the hour. Like
dang.
I will finish it in the next hour, maybe over lunch. But
I have
man, this is
I
a
have
lot.
bestowed upon myself that if we are to crack a beer
You
in
finish
this
it?
hour, I have to finish it
Yeah.
regardless whether I
Okay.
like it
No,
or
I
not.
still have maybe like maybe like a fifth left.
Mm,
Not that much.
Not that
Like,
much.
I finished
Not that
most
much.
of it.
Okay. Addy,
Yeah, I finished most of it.
did you finish your beer?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
do you have plans after this? Is that why?
No, I cannot.
Oh, okay.
Like I will say, like every other IPA, it did get like it's kind of a roller coaster. It kind of got a little bit worse as it went because it did start getting a little warmer, and I don't love warm IPA. I don't love warm beers in general, but warm
drinks,
IPAs
yeah.
tends to be worse. But yeah, no, like I think like it kind of like went downhill a little bit, but then it's like picking back up. I'm like, okay, like it's not so bad.
Mm.
Actually, like pretty great. I just need some food with it. I don't think I can do this like on its own.
You know what's funny?
Okay,
How
sure.
Addy, we started this entire podcast. Addy had no idea what beers are. I mean, obviously she did,
Oh, I know.
right? But to me, what it became is like, oh, I don't like IPAs. So now we've had so many
True.
IPAs that like, oh,
Now
We've
we
had
at least
so
know.
many IPAs.
yeah. So now
our
I'm like,
season.
oh,
It's
okay, I
crazy.
know the IPAs that I like now. I don't think I would ever say that line, but
Which is crazy, right?
yeah, but here we are.
Oh, true.
Anyway, Addy, why don't you CLS us?
Wait, we have to do shout outs.
Oh.
We do shout outs.
Yeah, wait,
before
shout outs.
CLSs.
Yeah.
Is that always
John,
been?
do you have a shout out?
That's
pretty
what
much.
happened last week.
Mhm.
John, do you have a shout out? You know my shout out? My shout out is
Did you just cue yourself?
Yeah.
Addy, I was quoting you guys. I was gonna shout out Stan, but then it's a little on the
Oh.
nose, I think.
Oh.
Also, he's like,
Ox.
I feel like it's the same thing when he said like I love love. It's a little insert
Wow.
gay seal meme here. Yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
hold on.
Gay.
Damn, you guys! Oh my god. I literally the meme just literally flashed in my head when you guys did that.
Are we allowed? This is episode. It's a
It's
good
a philosophy
milestone.
episode. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
John.
so that I'll
Live your
shout out
best
Stan,
life.
dude.
Let the water flow, yo.
I'll shout out Stan, but then Addy's gonna be like, "What about me?"
Yeah, talk about this episode came to be because I felt left out. Way to go, John. Keep me left out, eh? I see how it is.
Shout out to Stan. He's a really
Damn.
he's a really huge guy. We have developed such a rich relationship in such a quick amount of time. We freaking U-Haul, we U-Haul so
Into
fast.
each other's hearts.
Okay,
Oh my God.
that's we don't have to get there, but yeah, shout out to
Wow.
Stan. Also, sub shout out to Adelaide. She's also
I am number 2. I'm
okay. We're gonna
Hello?
start numbering things, Adi.
No, moving on. My turn.
Thank you.
Nobody else speak.
Thank
It's
you.
my turn
Stanley,
now.
go ahead.
Okay.
All right, sub shout out to No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Like real shout out.
Real shout out.
So like can we shout out people we don't know? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I want to shout out like this YouTube studio, kind of animation studio. They're called Kierkegaard. I think they're German. They do these like really cute animation videos. They have this little bird. They
You mean in a nutshell? You mean?
Yes, but they're called Kierkegaard.
Kurzgesagt. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like they do these like cute little animations with this bird, and they explore all of these like philosophical questions.
Correct.
Like,
Yes.
if the humans can live until like 10,000 years from now, what will the world look like,
Correct.
right? Or like and I think they actually have a great animation on the philosophy of Andy Weir, which is what I shared earlier about the egg.
Yes.
And that's actually something that like I watched and then like I really got into it, and I'm like, oh, that like I've heard of this philosophy before, but like I've never seen it presented to me in such like a fun, interesting way. So if we're not sponsored, and if they ever hear this by whatever chance, love to talk to you guys.
I'll take them.
Yeah. Oh God. But yeah, no, I think it's like they do such a great job in terms of like exploring some of these topics, and I really encourage everybody to check it out if you get a chance.
Eddie?
Oh, nice. If we're on the line of shouting out people we don't know, I'm going to shout out.
It's true, I
this
don't know Stan.
famous-
You're right.
No, we're strangers.
We're totally strangers. I'm going to shout out an American author and YouTuber who I actually really like, John Green. And
I
you know
love John Green.
right? I love him. I love John Green. And the reason why I thought of him is because one of the books that I actually read, because I don't read much, guys. Like, hello, what are words? I really love one of the books is The Fault in Our Stars. And one
I
of the
love
things,
that book.
right? And the thing is with his writing,
are you about to quote that stupid one infinity is
No,
bigger
no,
than the other infinity line? Because
because
I'm so sad.
yes, that would be actually perfect for this episode, but just in general, like his writing, he doesn't write philosophy per se, but his writing invokes thought. And
yeah, it does.
I feel like because of that, I'm shouting out to him, because this episode was all about philosophy and how we like the academic exercise of thinking about different points of views, and I really think that he encourages that in his writing and in his work. So that's why I'm like, you know what, it made me think of him. And John Green, if for any crazy reason you're listening to this, like, hi, I love your work, I'm a fangirl.
I love
Hi.
John Green. I need to say this for the record. I love John Green. I also love Hank Green. The Green brothers have been such a big influence in my life.
Excuse me, they're called the
Actually-
Vlog Brothers.
I know, okay. I've been a fan of them since like I don't know, for so like I think since they first started on YouTube. Like Crash
Yeah.
Course has
I
been
got
so
yes, I got
fundamental
it.
in my
Stan,
life.
you can blow up. I don't know how
I
much I'm
love
gonna cut
them.
out of this.
I love them. Okay, there's
episode.
no
We're way
amount of
past.
love that I can express.
We're
for
way
these two
past that.
people.
I appreciate them
Okay,
as well.
actually.
Addy,
Okay, we're ending our podcast now.
CLS us.
Yes, CLS. Comment, like, and subscribe to us on Instagram and TikTok. We are Beer Talks TO. That's BEERTALKS TO. That's Beer Talks TO.
Thanks.
And Great Lakes Brewery, if you happen to listen to us, we like your beer.
Great.
Please sponsor
IPA,
us.
Hashtag sorry.
And
yeah.
you know what? I like the designs of your beer cans as well. Like, good job on the lumberjack. Like, it caught my attention.
Right. I just want to say, can I just say before, like, honestly, like the last 30 seconds, I just want to say, in all seriousness, if there's something that you want to talk about, like, anything, I don't say it lightly. Like, I actually mean when I said that I'm pretty open to a lot of conversations. We don't have to. The disclaimer is that I'm not gonna, if I don't agree with your take, I'm not just gonna like blindly agree to him. And our DMs are always open. And if you want to have a serious conversation, I know it's the irony about social media platform and us millennials growing up into this circle is that despite how quote unquote connected we are, we have never felt more disconnected ever in our existence.
Wow.
Are we a Subway ad?
So what's Subway at? Like the bread place?
No, like the TTC.
Oh, like the transit.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that being said, thank you for pulling me back, Stan, into the Joker world that we live in. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope you had a great
Cheers.
day. Be good, and if you can't, stay safe.
Are we really? Is
I don't know. I
this
just really like that line.
Cheers, cheers,
Cheers,
cheers.
everybody.
Cheers.
We can't be copywriting other people.